Welcome to Reality Aftershow coverage of Naked and Afraid, Last One Standing 3. This is the Suzan Fawn show.
Oh,
soon?
God.
Too soon?
Please, no. Oh, Lord.
I'm Jonny Fairplay, joined by my favorite nakeder and afraider, Trish Bulinsky. What's up, Trish?
Hey, not much. What's going on? I'm just enjoying the spoils from this week's episode.
Okay, so Trish, episode 1, not a lot of airtime. And you're just like, yeah, hold my beer. I'm just gonna. If you're not gonna give me the airtime, I'm just gonna force myself into every elimination. And
I might as well just fail at everything and then come out at the bottom and crawl my way up to the top.
It's a very unique approach. I feel like thriving, as a very familiar term with your show, is an easier way to do this. But you know what? To each their own. Kudos, Trish. You're earning every second of airtime that you're getting.
Yeah, I figured after this being my 5th time, I might as well do what I can so that I make the edit with the stuff that I do, because up until now I haven't really made much traction and the fans love to hate me because of it. So I'm glad at least some of it got showcased this time.
Well, you're one of my favorites, so you're doing something right. I mean, and we literally have the same. I feel like it's just we're the same person on
Yeah,
each.
I mean we literally could be related, or who's going to tell us apart from behind?
There, I would like to think that I could tell you from mine.
Well, all right, take away the blur, and yes, most likely you could.
All right, with the blur, we're the same. There's no difference. Well, it's episode 3. We start with a snare spring trap, and some big prizes here. There's a goat, there's a rabbit, there's nothing, and there's go home.
Yeah. So what I found fascinating about this episode is this was our first challenge as a team. Yeah. So when we were doing it, we weren't really paying attention to anybody else. We were basically in our own little zone and just figuring out how to work together, which that didn't really go great. Because one of us pretty much knows everything and analyzes everything.
Well, maybe if you listened to that person, you would have just won.
Oh yeah, because that person was in charge of some components that made us fail partially. I'm not going to blame it all on one person, but definitely there was a component there that somebody was in charge of and didn't really measure correctly. But what I did see was the other teams were struggling with the same thing we did, because when we actually had the snare and had it all ready, and when we tripped it, because what they don't show is you have to set it up, trigger it, reset it, and then you're good to go, which they don't show all of that because that would be too much. But
it is, yeah, it's a little too wordy.
Yeah. So when we triggered it and it did not lift the log because that one piece of line was just too long, I realized as watching it back, everybody had the same exact problem. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we weren't like too far off the mark. We made the same mistake as everybody else. And if you were watching at the end, when the last team, Darren and Kayla ran over the finish line, we were still working. And I stopped hearing voices next to us, and so I looked around. I was like, oh shit, everybody's done. All right, I guess we can stop now, because we didn't even know they were done.
No, and kudos to you for being in your zone. I mean, if you're sitting there staring at the other tribe, you're not doing anything but staring.
Exactly. So I mean, we were definitely working. We were trying to figure it out, and we hadn't worked together before on anything, so this was all new territory. And so we failed as a team, which sucked, but it was exhilarating knowing that we were going to elimination and one of us was going to leave, and I knew it was not going to be me.
Yeah, no, spoiler, it's not. So, Suzan has brought everything, and so it's all good. You guys pretty much won this before you even started.
Yeah. So what a lot of folks don't realize is, because I've seen the comments, I pop in here and there and I see the chat.
Never read the comments, Trish. Never.
I know.
They're not good.
I know. Most of the time they're not, but every once in a while, it's my guilty pleasure to just pop in and just see, because sometimes I don't get to watch the episode in real time. So I'll pop into the comments to just see how bad is it going to be when I do watch it. It's like my own little sneak preview. And I saw some comments saying that I copied off Suzan. And I was like, okay, what people don't realize is before we go into the challenge, there's a challenge team there. You never see them. And they're the guys that make up the challenges. And they also are the ones who check your work to make sure that it's acceptable. And they do all off camera. And so before we even started, they had a diagram set up and they said, this is what you need to do. These are the components, this many notches, exactly done this way. So I was there. I didn't cheat off Suzanne because when we got started, I get very like into myself. Like I got to get in my own zone, my own head, and I don't like the distractions of other people working. So I disappeared into the woods behind them. So I wasn't even watching them. I had no idea where I was as far as like where I was standing in line, as far as who was first, second at that point. And so yeah, it was a nail biter. I mean, I was stressing, and it came out in a ball of tears. I was like, whoa.
Well, it's great TV.
Yeah, it was very stressful. Like everything you saw, it was probably times 10 the amount of stress, and just like I mean, even the crew that was standing there was just like, holy crap, this is intense. And just like I couldn't even look up. But when I heard Jamie's pot fall, see, that was the other thing, is they gave us a set amount of water that had to be boiled. So we didn't pick that. And if we dropped any, or any spilled, or your pot fell, you'd have to start the whole process over again. So
we'll
yeah,
get to that one. Let's it was the Snare, starting Snare.
yeah.
The other A team gets first place. Savages too. The other A team. The A team, Patrick's team, they finished second. It's weird.
Yeah, they do.
It's weird how the A team finishes second and the other A team finishes first.
Yeah. There was only one A team at this point, and it was not Patrick's team. That's for sure.
Yeah. Well, Darren, he builds snare traps in his sleep. So
he really does. Darren, he's the one to watch out for.
I'm here for it. If Darren, I mean, we won a Trish win, let's be honest. But if we don't get a Trish win, I think we can all take a Darren win and be like, I'm cool with that.
Hey, you know what? Last season 2, I was rooting for Darren. I was like, I'm here to play the game, but this guy, he is legit. Like, if anybody wins, if it's not me, of course, that's the guy I want to win. And
he's
then
fun.
He went home.
He's fun. I feel like there's a lot of misunderstandings about him. Yes, he's odd, but I feel like he's not odd in a bad way. He's odd in a good way.
He is the most authentic, genuine human being. Like, I mean, I know I'm authentic and transparent, as are you, but there's something about Darren where he's very natural, and he doesn't worry about what anybody else thinks or says. He's just him. He's like a teenage boy, like in middle school. Like, he is so funny. And like, I mean, you can't help but not love the guy. You really and respect to him and his skills. Like, what you see on camera pales in comparison to what he's capable of.
Oh, I can only imagine. So
yeah, he's
just imagine the booby traps around his house.
Oh, I'm sure. I haven't been out to his house yet, but I'm sure he has not left anything unturned. Oh no.
It's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom. There's a giant boulder that comes down.
Oh yeah. He's got a really remarkable story. You know, we can get into it another time. And he's just such a great guy that I can't say enough things that are so nice about him. I really enjoy Darren.
So
actually, Trish, I enjoy everybody out there except for one.
Okay. Well, this is the home of the Suzan fawns.
Oh my God!
Of all the podcasts to be on, this is the one.
God. Oh, and you know, and I know how much it irritated her, because obviously you don't see it on camera, but any of the medics or anybody that had to come in to, like, they do their checks and stuff. They have checks and balances every morning. We'd be visited by a medic to make sure everybody was okay. And a couple of the new ones, when they came in, they'd be like, "Oh, hey, Suzanne," and she'd be like, "It's Suzan," and I would die laughing. So when I was doing my side interviews, I purposely called her Suzanne, and I've seen a bunch of them have made it to the edit already, and I was like, yes, I know she's so mad.
Literally within a 30-second clip, it's you playing the game, and it's Suzan, and fast forward 8 seconds, confessional, Suzanne. I mean, like literally, it's like she's from the South.
Oh my God.
Like, you're all like,
I can't. I had to. So I would vacillate between calling her Suzanne and Suzan just to see what was going to make it in, and the Suzanne's made it in, and I was like, I know that's driving her nuts.
Oh yeah, because she's like, she knows.
Oh yeah, she knew. She knew exactly what I was doing. I was like, I can't wait to see her watch this. Like, I would love if she like popped up and had something to say, but she won't. I haven't talked to her since that day.
Oh, we'll bring her on as a guest. It'll be great.
Oh God, please don't. I think I'll be away that day fishing.
You're calling in dead?
Yeah, I might be getting my hair done that day.
Oh, sweet. I might be getting my hair done too. Well, Trish, you're not last, because you would know if you were last.
Yeah, I would know.
Well,
I would
know. Yeah. I have in my notes.
So we go to elimination after that.
Yeah. Well. Next we have Savage. Savage is hunting next.
Oh yes, Laura.
And all right, do we love this or do we hate this? Because I feel like we love this, but it's a bit much. When Savage is hunting or doing anything, he talks about it in detail, and I mean everything in great
yes
detail.
Yes, Matt definitely does that, but I will say this was the first time I have ever met him. I've never spoken to him. I've never interacted with him. I didn't know Matt from anybody else, but
sure,
spending time with him, and again, of course, you don't see this stuff, but we would go. They were the closest camp to ours.
Yeah.
So we would walk over there at night and just kind of hang around by the fire and just BS and kick it for a little while, chew the fat. But actually, there was no fat chewing because there was no food. But we would just BS. And Matt is a fantastic storyteller. He's got stories for days. Like, I was in stitches listening to him. So he is a natural teacher, a natural leader, and he doesn't do it to be pretentious or anything.
I don't think so either.
He's just a very detailed, natural storyteller, and he enjoys us enjoying it. So when he is out there hunting and talking about it, which is part of why he makes great TV, is he's very descriptive and very detailed, and he doesn't do it for anything, but that's just his natural way. So if you don't know him and you don't understand, yes, it could possibly seem like he's inflated his ego, but it's not at all. He's actually a really funny guy, and really nice. I enjoyed him. And so watching it now, I see it with a different light, and I'm like, okay, now I see why Matt does that.
Yeah, I feel he walks that line perfectly, because like it's on the cusp of being a lot. But I'm like, I don't think it falls on this side of it. I think we're good. I think that's why he's there. I think there is a likability to him. He is a fountain of information. He's a provider, but he's not an asshole. Like, as I said, his code of ethics that kind of went against what you guys were doing on season 1. It was like, all right, this isn't what I don't like this guy. Whereas, it's just like, okay, I understand the rules now. We're good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
and it's back to the guy that we loved before Last One Standing season 1.
Yeah. And that just goes to show what an edit can do to a character. And you know that as well as anybody else does out there. What's left on the cutting room floor, it could make or break you. Yeah. And what they present to the public, it's like, you just never know. So I think they kind of walked the line with him season 1 to kind of make him be a little edgy. but they're reeling it back in this time. And it's not for any, I mean, he's not changed. He's the same person. It's just how things go. Just like with me, I've gotten the coattail riding lazy person, but what you don't see is me making shelter, me fishing, me getting food, and all of those things, and me being a good partner. But you don't see that because that doesn't make good TV.
Well, speaking of shelter, does the A team, Patrick's team, do they have the best camp? Because that little teepee deal looks pretty great.
You mean with Jermaine and Cheney and Patrick? Yeah, it was a great teepee. I mean, it really was. But honestly, we didn't really need a shelter out there. It was cold at night, but if you had a decent fire, we had paper bark, which is a unique tree that we all had access to, and it's thick and spongy and comfortable. So you could literally cut out a piece that's like the length and width of your body and then use it as a mattress and get another one for a blanket. So you didn't need to waste time or energy making something like that, because all the rest of us, we all cowboy camped. That was the only team.
We've learned from other versions of it, like you're not going to be there that long. It didn't feel that Patrick and them spent a ton of time on that setup, but I'm just like, if you're going to do a setup, maybe this isn't the worst place to do one. I mean, because I feel you're there for like a good week.
Yeah, it was great. I think we were together like at that point just under 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If I can remember correctly. But yeah, it wasn't necessary. It didn't rain, not one time. There was not one drop of rain. It was hot as balls all day and then like cold at night. So really you just had to have night cover as far as like warmth.
If you're not with Savage and Trent and the other Kayla.
Matt. Wait, Trent was already gone.
Well, no, if you weren't with them at the beginning.
Oh yeah.
You probably you might have made a shelter that first night.
No way. There's no where they sent us that first night was literally nothing. You couldn't make.
Okay, well, day 2, like the day that they're sitting around like doing nothing, like maybe you would have been like, hey, let's do something. Because you literally show up and you're like, hey, where's the camp? I'm like, I'm not answering your questions, Trish.
Yeah. I mean, possibly.
But probably not. So okay.
Probably
not. Savage is going in great detail. Meanwhile, Max is making a smoker because he's like, oh yeah, Savage is going to kill something. Don't worry.
Yeah, Max was prepared. They got that goat. They won that goat, and he knew like it was a big animal for the 3 of them. So with the expertise and knowledge and experience between the 3 of them, I mean, they divided and conquered, and they had that thing processed, smoker built. I mean, they all knew their jobs, they're all assignments, and they knocked it out of the park. I give it up to them. My hat is off to those 3.
Well, to be the other A tribe, I think they're doing great.
Yeah, the alternate tribe that's somewhat okay.
So
I can't with Patrick.
This is big intel. I wanted to pass this on to you. Suzan and Jamie don't trust you, Trish, but only Suzan is saying it. Hence, you're trying to poison her with Qurans.
What the hell was I had no idea. Like I knew she was up to something and saying stuff because I kept seeing her whispering and I could see her stupid facial expressions when she would be talking to the camera. I'm like, this bitch.
She can't help this stupid facial expression.
I know. I was like, this bitch over here. Like, what is she saying about me? Like when I got into camp with them, it was like the coldest entry, and like Jamie's looking at me, she's looking at me, and I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Like, why are they giving, like, I didn't poison anybody last season. Like, I was the poisonee. And
but like, what do you have duplicate berries of the poison variety? Because you're literally eating them.
So this is the deal. I mean, we get survival training ahead of time, which I don't know if you want to air this or not, but we get survival training ahead of time. We have an expert. Yeah, so the expert comes in, they tell you like, all right, this is this is that. Well, Suzan, being her, She came in after all of that because she needed to book her own itinerary to get to Australia. She didn't want the production crew doing it, so she came in late. She came in after, like 2 days later. So we had already had hands-on experience with the currents, with the bushes, what they look like, all of that. So she came in and had like pictures that she was looking at. So based on her knowledge, because she's the analyst and super smarter than anybody else, she was looking at pictures, never felt the bush, never touched it. So when I was out there and I was like, well, I'm feeling awkward. Let me go for a berry hunt because I need to get away from this camp for a little while because I don't know what's happening. And so I had hands on with the bushes. So when I came back, I was all excited. I'm like, all right, I'm going to bring a peace offering, like give my team some food. And they both looked at me like, mm-mm. So there is a plant, to answer your question, there is a plant called nightshade. I kept calling it nightlock because of Hunger Games, but it's called nightshade. But it looks similar, but if you've had the hands on, you'd know it's not anything like that other, like the currents. So she had no idea. She was going on pictures that she saw on a piece of paper, which also brings me, and I know I might be jumping the gun, but there was a scene where Suzan is laying there in the sand with her head back, eyes closed, and she's like, I'm not sleeping. I'm reading my book. And I was like, what the hell is she doing? She was reading her book in her head while she was laying there, like flipping the pages in her head, going over traps and stuff. I was like, she is insane. What is happening?
She's nuts. So.
Yeah, and nobody was like talking about it. I was like,
if I'm production, there's no other tribe that she's on than the tribe with you.
Oh, absolutely. Like they did that on purpose.
You do not suffer for fools. And they're like, oh, here's a fool.
That was intentional. I know a setup when I'm in one. And I was like, oh, they want Trish to blow and it is not going to happen. Hey guys, want some currants? I'm going to go get some. Like, you're not getting me this season. Nope. Not doing it. I've had hate mail for 3 seasons already.
Honestly, Trish, if you're on with Max and Savage, what are we getting? You going, this is awesome?
Oh yeah, between the two of them, they're hilarious. Like Max, oh my god, Max is like, he is rent free in my head because the things that he says and does is just hilarious. Like he's so lighthearted, he doesn't take anything real serious. He's very competitive, but on the side, like he's funny as hell. Like between him and Matt, like you could hear us cackling through the outback. We were laughing so hard, the two of them.
Did
so yeah,
Suzan
they're a whole comedy show.
Did Suzan not get their jokes?
Is
she one of those that's not funny?
She kind of is. She's too worried about like being smarter than you and making sure you know it, that she's a PhD in I don't even know what, but like she needs to let you know she is very intelligent and this is not her style. And also, fun fact about Suzan, which I knew going in, but I had to put it to the test. Of course, it's not aired, but I had heard she doesn't like to give her real age, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna put it to the test. I'm gonna see. So we're hanging out one day, and I was talking about me. I was like, yeah, I'm a grandma. Like I'm 53, and I got a granddaughter, and I was like, I'm hella proud being out here, and I was like, Suzanne, how old are you? And she goes, she was like this, and she snapped the head. She goes, I don't tell anybody my age. And I went, why? I was like, you got to be around my age. Your kid's like in their 20s, right? And she's like, I don't tell my age. Even my oldest, who's 25, does not know how old I am. I was like, why aren't you proud of that? You're an old lady out here with a like grandkid. Like, what? Why aren't you proud of that? And I don't tell my age. Even Discovery doesn't have my right age. On any of my episodes, my age is always incorrect. And I've even Googled myself and it's always incorrect. And I'm happy with that. They don't need to know how old I am. And I was like, well, you got to be around my age. So I know you're in your 50s. Well, fast forward, I found out she's 3 months younger than me. I was like, hell yeah. I don't know. There's a whole cat fight going on here. My dog, I don't know what's going on.
Tremendous. There we go.
Yeah,
all right.
So much happening right underneath my chair.
All right. Well, it's now time.
Now time to like that. But anyway, yeah, sorry.
So construct a swinging arm pot hanger, boil water.
Like a water cooler. I don't even know. It's a swinging arm pot, water pot boiler,
There's
cooler.
there's a lot going on. Do you want to see Suzan's bubbles?
I'd rather not. I'll pass.
All right. I didn't know if that was code. I did. Let me check this. It says here in my notes. You can correct me if I'm wrong. You love wetting the jute. Is that
Yeah, wetting the jute is a very important factor when you're boiling water with this jute. Yeah, I should have soaked it ahead of time, but
I thought that was something completely different. Never mind. That's not.
No, that's the jute.
All right, Trish, you're first because how's that coattail rider now?
God bless America. I know it. It is. So the
never
whole
read
time,
the
like while I was, sorry.
Listen, never read the comments. You're no coattail rider.
I know. It's sometimes I'll dip a toe in. I'll walk like halfway through the door of comments, and I'm like, oh, okay, they look okay. Oh no, all right, I'm out of here, and I'll just take myself out of the room. I'm good. I don't need to see it. But yeah, the whole time we were out there, and like we were all, and I came from behind because I did all my components in the woods, like right behind. And when I finally came out with all my pieces together and all ready to go, measured and ready, they already had fire. They were boiling their water, and all I kept hearing Suzan say was, "I got bubbles. I got bubbles. Look at my bubbles. Oh, we got bubbles." And I'm just like, Jesus, shut up and make your fire. Like, what are you doing? Like, because the fire had to be nursed, and like it couldn't get out of hand. It couldn't, like, you either had to watch it so it didn't go out or watch it so it didn't burn everything down. And she was just like talking the whole time, like she's walking to Jamie's fire, looking at his stuff, and I'm like, she doesn't realize this is a competition for elimination. Like, what are you doing strolling around? Like, she was so cocky and arrogant with it, and just like as if she had all the time in the world because everybody was too slow and too dumb to possibly catch up with her. That I'm like, okay, that's your demise, honey, because I am dialed in, I am focused, I am locked in right now. So that's all. And then I was like, I cannot lose to her. Like, I cannot show my face. If I'll lose to Jamie, that's fine. But her, no, I cannot. Like, I can't. I'll tap myself out if I lost her.
Yeah, it's just like we're gonna do a tap before the elimination.
Yeah, I'm gonna tap. Actually, don't eliminate me. I'm just gonna eliminate myself because I cannot lose to this woman right here. No way. I would never live it down. I would still be haunted by it. So.
Well,
yeah, that was some crazy stress level that like you don't really see, but it came out in tears of joy because I was like, thank God I did not lose her. Like, hell yeah, I won first, but like I am not behind her, which is amazing. So, and that was the thing for all the haters. I'm like, hey, like I'm not a coattail rider. Like I actually have skills. You just don't get to see them because they're left on the edit floor because that makes better TV.
You kick butt. So Jamie pulls through. Suzan's gone, but guess what? She's proud. And he thought she was kind of bossy. I'm just like, I feel like kind of bossy is kind of an understatement. But,
I was being as nice as possible, Johnny. I was being as nice as possible. And then when she admitted it, I was just like, oh my God, okay. Like, is there anybody in the room who is hearing this? Like, she's admitting it.
Well, you're going to love this, Trish. We have a special guest here from Virginia. Suzan, welcome to the show, Suzan.
Okay, I tapped.
we do not have Suzan.
No surprises. No surprises.
So we see Jermaine and Patrick hunting. They're going after a pig. Jermaine is running off the pig because he's scared. Do we think this is true?
I don't know what is happening over there. I have no
idea. They're the
idea.
A team.
Yeah, the A team. I mean, they should have had 4 pigs at their camp already by now, with a second story built on that shelter. Because I mean, A team have all of that.
Where is that second story on the shelter?
Yeah, it's somewhere up in the snake pit up there. I don't know. I don't know what's going on over there. And I saw Chini. I saw Chini. She was laying down at Jermaine's feet, but there was a clip where he like gets up, and as he's getting up, he's like bent over right over top of her face, like
Oh,
all the business. And I'm like, if that girl opens her eyes, like she is looking right down the Lincoln Tunnel. Like it is,
wow.
yeah, right down the barrel of the gun. I'm like, stay.
The Bat Cave, if you will.
Yeah, keep your eyes shut. Keep your eyes
Yeah.
shut. Yeah, that was a lot. That was a lot.
Okay.
But I did hear that apparently Sheeny and Patrick, when of course I don't know if they're going to air any of this, but they don't get much sleep with Patrick in there because he snores so loud. I think we could hear him.
Or Patrick or Jermaine, which one snores?
Jermaine, I'm sorry, Jermaine. Yeah, I'm having a brain fart. Yes, Patrick and Sheeny don't get much sleep because Jermaine apparently snores really loud. So I think that's an issue for them. They were all sleep deprived over there, except for Jermaine. He was ready to go.
Well, they use those endorphins that he gained through sleep to run off that pig because they're quite dangerous, Trish.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Those pigs, and there was a ton of them. They were all up like in the hillside. There was a ton of feral pigs because we were on the land we were on was owned privately, but I mean it was in the outback and it was massive. I want to say like 30,000 acres or some craziness like that. And the owner of the land, it was so big because he had to monitor it with like the pigs and his cattle. He had his own helicopter. He had his own plane. He had, he had so much stuff to survey his own property that it was so massive. So there were pigs everywhere, cows everywhere, kangaroos, everything was out there.
Did you know that that area of Australia is missing part of the ozone layer?
I did not, but I absolutely believe it after being out there.
Yeah, there's more cases of skin cancer there per capita than anywhere else in the world. They're missing part of the ozone layer. That's why it fluctuates 50 degrees per day.
Oh wow, I did not know that, but it makes a lot of sense. I mean, it was hot during the day.
Yeah, that sun is the most scorching sun on the planet.
I had no idea. And also, I didn't know. I had no, it's like the least amount of knowledge possible on Australia's geography. Like I had no idea until I got
You're like, it's Australia. There'll be a kangaroo. We're good.
Yeah, exactly. And I didn't realize that just really the coastline of Australia is where it's like habited. Like there's
that's it.
Nothing in the middle. I had no idea. I was never there before, and I was really surprised to find that out. And for them, north is south and south is north. Like when we were there, we were in North Queensland, which is like the northeast, and it was hottest there versus going south towards like Sydney or Brisbane, which it was cold at the time because we were filming like September, October, November of this past year. So it was just spring going into summer, and it was crazy. The temperature like changed just from north to south and night to day. So I believe it. I believe it. Hopefully I didn't get any skin cancer while we were out there.
Nah, you're good. You're good. So SPF 10, you're fine. Let's see. Kayla showed up without extra weight. Now, so what's your philosophy on this? A few extra pounds is not the worst move. So in Survivor, there's two theories that we adhere to. It's put on the extra pounds, you have it to get rid of. Exactly. Or get your body used to one small meal a day, and that's it. So those are the two theories that we subscribe to.
Yep, those are similar to us. Like I think exactly parallel, same thing. Like we tend to put on some more weight, I think, but in Kayla's case, she's young, she's lean as all get up. I mean, she is a tiny little thing. She's tall and beautiful. She's like a goddess, but very lean. I mean, she's young, she's active, and I don't think even if she tried to put on weight, I don't think she can at this point.
Yeah.
So
my first season of Survivor, I was drinking like 5 metric shakes a day. I was living in LA, eating Pink's hot dogs, McDonald's, drinking Guinness, just doing everything. I got
like Guinness drinking. I'll sign up for that.
I got up to 116 pounds.
What?
Yeah, I'm between like 150 and 160 now. But back then, 30 years old, that metabolism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, when you're that young and you're that lean, and like, especially for women, if you've not like had pregnancy or any of that, like you're like, I used to look like Kayla. I was like this skinny little thing, no hips, no extra anything. And then you get older, have kids or whatever. And then all of a sudden it's like, how did all this get here? And I think that's with her too, is like, she's just a lean woman. But man, let me tell you something about Kayla.
Uh-oh. No one's allowed to hear what's being said about Kayla. I think Trish just got a call and it knocked her off, so she will log out and log back in to continue.
All right, there we are.
She's back.
Sorry.
You got a call, didn't you?
All right. I can't hear you.
Log out, log back in.
Hold on. What is going on? Man. I don't know what's happening.
I got it. I just texted you.
Okay.
All right. Here she goes. All right, folks. Don't worry. I'm still here. Trish is back in a second. Wow, we're gonna get. Maybe this is really juicy stuff on Kayla, and Discovery's watching. They're like, "Yeah, you can't say that, brother." Or she just got a phone call. Either way, it's one of the two.
Here we are.
All right.
Sorry about that.
You got a call, didn't you?
I did. It's my brother.
It was Discovery saying, "Don't tell that Kayla story." Let's hear it.
Yeah, exactly. No, so Kayla, she's got to be one of the strongest young women I think I've ever come across. Like, that girl's got some tenacity, man. And
that's what they called me in junior high, the strongest young woman.
Yeah. I bet you they don't say that anymore.
No, they do. I don't. That's why I don't read the comments.
Don't read the comments. No, they don't. Oh my God, I can't with these people. But yeah, Kayla is as strong as can be. Like, man, even with no extra weight, like, she was literally walking around like, I mean, with nothing, no food, like hardly any calories at all, and still going, still upright, still on her 2 feet, and still like fishing. And I mean, what a strong woman she is. Like, she is underestimated 100%.
Well, I'm glad she's not suffering through those karma fish.
No, she was not. And that's the other thing, which I'm probably not supposed to talk about it, but whatever.
Oh, come on. What do we mean?
Of course. So it was so disappointing. I was talking with Laura the other night, and we were remembering how with the karma fish, so another thing you don't see is me biting my tongue going, "Hey, Suzan, want to go fishing? I found a really great fishing hole." "Oh, okay." And I'm like, "Yeah, you can hold the GoPro or the diary camera, and we'll go fishing." So her and I did go fishing together. I caught 6 massive fish, so much that we couldn't even finish it all. So what we did was we brought it to our neighbors next door, Matt, Max, and Laura. And then they came up with this great idea. Laura's like, "Let's have a feast. I'll make some black currant jam, and we'll have some plants. We'll like do a whole entire like Thanksgiving dinner." And so the 6 of us, me, Jamie, Suzanne, Laura, Max, and Matt, we all sat around like saying, "Yeah, Patrick, this is how you play the game. Like, you don't have to steal and be shitty and do all these things to gain traction in this. You can still show your skills and show up to win these challenges, but still be a decent human being on the side." And so we did all this. We had a huge meal. I mean, we had the best time talking about those karma fish, and it made nothing. It did not make the cut, and neither did Suzanne and I fishing. That didn't make the cut. And so it was disappointing, because then they showed Jamie and I when we're finally together fishing. Jamie pulls out like this 4-pound sooty grunter, and they show me pull up this little tiny thing, and I was like, "Really? The only fish you show me catch is a guppy? Like, are you kidding me?" I'm like, okay, Discovery, like, way to go. Like, all the fish I caught. I mean, I caught some 5-6 pounders out there that were huge. We could not finish the fish. And they show me with a little guppy. I'm like, okay, yep, that's Trish. Doesn't provide food for anybody. Here I am.
Coattail. Coattail.
Coattail riding again. Yep. But yeah, that we had a great time talking about Patrick and the karma fish, and we were really hoping that it was going to make the cut, so it didn't, which sucks.
Yeah. Darren and Kayla get a bug fig.
Oh my God. I didn't see that coming. It was hilarious. When she bit into it and you see her spit, and then she said it was like one of those greeting cards that are filled with confetti when you open it up. I died laughing, and then Darren ate the rest of it. I'm like, okay, these two, not
Protein.
surprised at all. But that to me, that was probably one of my favorite moments of the episode.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Matt and Laura find a thunderbird or a pterodactyl. Who's to say? Trish, you hate maggots, and but you want me to continue saying the word maggot magic.
Oh God, that was the worst. So I had got a fish, had the gut pile sitting to the side, which I was going to use for bait.
Yeah.
Well, after a few hours, I look over and I see it's loaded with maggots, and I don't. That's the one thing I draw the line. Maggots.
Maggots suck.
I don't like a maggot. And when I saw that, I was like, okay, we have no bait. There's no bugs. There's nothing around for us to get. I'm like, okay, because there was like maybe 5 mussels in the whole creek we were at. So like that was a resource that was not providing.
Sure.
So I saw an opportunity and I was like, okay, I guess I'm going to make a maggot farm. And one of the funniest moments was one of the producers had come over to get like some real up close shots of like the maggots. And I was dry heaving and gagging so bad. Well, the wind shifted and went right to him, and he had to put the camera down. He almost puked. He was gagging worse than me. And I was like, this is success right here. Like, this is amazing. And I wish this was on camera because he almost vomited his whole entire union lunch that he spent having. And we were dying. But the smell was horrific. But those maggots, man, let me tell you something. The fish loved them, and we caught hand over fish. Get it? They did there, hand over fish.
That's good. So, Matt and Laura find a Bigfoot nest.
I can't Discovery why. Why?
This was a lot.
It was a bush turkey nest. Come on. We saw them everywhere. I don't know what they're trying to do, scaring everybody into thinking it's a Bigfoot. But
have you ever seen a Bigfoot?
And just my own size 11s. That's it.
Wow, look at you. Trish is about to make a new small fortune selling feed picks. Here we go.
Feed picks. Yeah, I mean, sign it up. I mean, if you want them, I got them.
All right, let's
you want them delivered.
Here we go. My friend Howie from Big Brother has seen more than one Bigfoot. And I don't know.
Give you that side eye right now, Johnny.
I'm right there with you. I don't know if you're aware of this, but allegedly, and the people that have seen Bigfoots will attest to this. They also transform from Bigfoots to orbs of light.
Okay.
Yep.
Sure.
Okay.
It would have went over better as far as finding any information out on Bigfoot if Trent was still there from episode 2, or I'm sorry, episode 1 from day 2.
Sure.
Trent's he's into Bigfoot.
Yeah.
And so that would have been right up his alley.
He's probably, so they mostly reside in the Pacific Northwest.
Okay.
I'm just giving the information that I got, Trish. Who's to say?
I've not seen one.
Okay.
I've not smelled one.
Yeah.
I mean, we all smell like Bigfoot out there. Let's be honest. Like, after being out there, I mean, we all kind of smell like Bigfoot. But I personally have not seen or smelt an actual Bigfoot.
Okay. Well, we'll ask Trent. Trent seems like he'd be fun to be on the podcast with us.
Yeah, Trent's a good guy. He's definitely a calm, cool, collected guy, and really fun. I enjoyed spending 24 hours with him because that was the first time I'd met him either. Like
And
I'd never met him before.
Sure, he's pissed if anyone's going to get the Bigfoot footage. You know, like do Matt and Laura really need a Bigfoot edit to get airtime here?
I really don't think that they did, and I have not weighed in too much with them, but I know the sentiments are it was kind of like cringy.
Yeah,
Like we don't need to add Bigfoot into Naked and Afraid. It's already standing on its own. Like some people thought the channel was changed or the show was mixed together with the Finding Bigfoot. Like we did not need that whole component.
Yeah.
We got enough happening in LOS that I don't think there was room for Bigfoot. So I don't know what that is about. But also want to pay a little tribute to Robbie, the expert that came in to talk to Matt and Max and Laura. He's such a nice guy. We nicknamed him Robbie Raspberry. And what a sweet man. But he actually passed away a few months ago of a heart attack.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Did they do a rest in peace at the beginning of the episode or no?
Yeah, I think they did it at the end.
Okay. I miss because Discovery Plus is the worst streaming app of all time. I had to purchase the season through Amazon, and like you don't get like the last like 12 seconds.
I don't understand it. Like they don't give any of us access. No. And the people that do have Discovery Plus, you have to wait for the whole season to end so you can stream the rest of it. And we're emailing them like, hey, can we like watch the show that we're on? Because
they can send you screeners, and like
I
literally get screener like when I'm done with this, I'm watching Destination X for next week.
Okay, yeah, and that's the thing. It's like they say they have them, and they're like, oh yeah, we should, but they only give them to the people. And this is exactly what I was told. They only give access, like link access, to people who are not in the country, because they don't actually have the access we do. Like, so you're penalizing us for living here in the country, that if we pay for streaming access or pay for some kind of service, then we're allowed to watch it. Like, but if you're from out of the country, then we get the access. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like,
pass on your media relations contact, and I'll hit them up as.
I did. I had this whole conversation last week. Multiple of us have reached out like, hey, can we get some access? And yeah, the network's talking about it. You know, we're trying to figure it out, but yeah, we were thinking about giving you guys screeners, but no, the network doesn't want to do it. Why? Don't you want us to watch and interact with fans? Like, why are you not giving us that?
I mean, like, I want to reach out as reality after show, and just be like, hey, I do a podcast. I'd love for this to drop right after the episode, and but if you can't give me the screener, that can't happen.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you the contact after.
Okay, yeah.
I can let you know who to contact, but he'll give you the same bullshit answer.
I know, I'm sure. CBS is the same. NBC is great. Netflix is great. Stupid CBS and Discovery, I'm sure they're
just ridiculous. Like I don't understand. And then the spoilers that they're giving out ahead of time, it's like you might as well just put the whole friggin' ending and everything else that's happening, because the spoilers are happening a week before the episode. Fans are just like, oh, well, all right, I already know that this is happening and that's happening because it was in the preview.
Yeah.
What the heck is that?
They love
but
previews.
Yes, we're bound by NDAs. They don't want us to talk about it, but yet they're putting out spoilers before the episode even airs. I'm like, okay.
That's how that works, Trish. So,
I know, it's so smart.
Also working is Darren. He's hunting yabbies by torchlight.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know how much success they had on that. Because
we didn't see any.
I never saw a yabby. I never saw one. Nope. And I think maybe Darren and Kayla might have gotten one or two, but I never saw them.
Are they like snipe?
Yeah, probably. Probably.
I was a pretty good snipe hunter back in the day.
Yeah, well, you know what? I don't have any experience with that, but I could only imagine. That's
yeah.
Like.
So, all right. Well, it's time for PSR scores, and we've never discussed this on the podcast. Trish, your PSR score has gone from 8.4 to 8.5.
Whoopee.
Patrick has dropped from 9.0 to 9.0. And of course, Savages has gone from 9.6 to 9.7. Now, I talked with Jeff about the PSR scores, and Jeff is not a fan. And he is not a fan on the people that decide these PSR scores.
That's right. Nailed it. That's
now,
right.
I'm only aware of one person that assists in the PSR scoring, and he may not even do it anymore. My good friend EJ was a PSR scorer.
Yeah, we'll have a chat about that after we stop filming, stop recording. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of that either. I think it's ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
I feel your score is higher if you're better friends with EJ.
Yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it, at least in the past. I don't know about now. I don't even pay attention to that. Like, I didn't even know what my PSR score was until you just
I would like to not think about it if I were a Naked and Afraider, but I know that it would drive me insane.
Yeah, we're all like, how ridiculous is this? Like, that's our side talk out there, is like PSR. Like, who's doing these? Like, just picking random numbers and just putting them together. Like, yeah, you're a 7.8, you're a 9.2. Like, it doesn't make any sense. It does not affect us at all. We just think it's ridiculous.
Have you heard of anyone else other than EJ being a PSR person?
I know there is somebody else, but the only one I've actually heard a name to is EJ.
Okay.
But again, like you said, I don't think he does them anymore.
Yeah, I don't think so either. So, all right.
So I don't know. It's probably the same people running their social media pages that have no idea what they're doing are giving out the PSRs.
Yeah.
That's what I've come to believe.
So, well, Matt just sent an arrow through a pig, so he's just waiting. Laura, look for a pig. And, or no, was it Matt?
These people won't stop calling.
All good. Can you hear me or no?
What the fuck?
I think you have to go out and back in. There we go. We're almost done, folks. And she is back. Almost. It's the very end. And here we go. You're back. You're back.
Now my mom's calling. Oh God.
All right. Was it Matt? So I just put send an arrow through a pig. He's just waiting. Laura, look for a pig. Don't the episode ends with Patrick shooting a pig from 10 feet away and grabbing an arrow to shoot it again. Wow.
Yeah, that all went down. I was too busy catching fish, so I have no idea about any of that.
Can you imagine shooting an arrow through a pig and going, oh yeah, still good. Let's go. What?
Yeah, they make it look like it's the same pig, and I don't think it is, because I don't even think they were in the same vicinity hunting. Like, Matt and Laura were like up over the ridge, like way out in the middle of the outback, and Patrick was more down by the creek where they were kind of wallowing a little bit. So I don't think that it was the same pig. I mean, it could have been, but I doubt it. I really doubt it.
All right. So, well, next week, who's to say? Lots happening. This is a good way to go, Trish.
Thank you. I think the next couple episodes are going to be pretty exciting, and unexpected twists.
So, what's the dynamic with you and Jamie right now? Because according to according to Suzan about you, Trish, they did not trust you. But we only really hear Suzan saying this. We don't. You and Jamie are cool, right?
Me and Jamie. So after she left, I attributed the Kelly Clarkson song, "Since You've Been Gone." Yeah. I Can Breathe for the first time. And I sang that song. I was like, thank you, Jesus. It was like we got to let our hair down. We actually could have a whole conversation without the mother or like the ruler like browbeating us for having a good time and talking. Because like she basically mommed him and tried to like just like maneuver him the way she wanted, and because he was young and he didn't have much experience on challenges, so she figured she was going to like oversee him and his whatever he wanted to do. So when I came in 24 hours later, the pot was already tainted by her, and he didn't know. Like, I met him before when we were in the Amazon, but we were never together, so we only met briefly, so he really didn't know me. And once she was gone, he was just like, oh wow, he's like, you're not like that at all. And I'm like, I don't know what she was talking about. Like, I'm not a poisoner. Like, I'm not. I have only the best interest for us. And we got along so great. I tell you what, Johnny, I have never laughed so hard on any of my challenges than I did with Jamie. We freaking laughed and we talked into the night, and it was just such a relaxing atmosphere, and we were as thick as thieves. We had a great time out there, and I attribute that to Suzan leaving, because she was the one holding him back and just making him feel cautious of like trusting me or talking to me. It's like he almost felt like he was being deceitful talking to me.
Sure.
She was there, but once she was gone, it was like the veil was lifted, and we had so much fun. We had jokes, like even our crew was like, man, I have never seen cast members laugh as hard and as long as you two. Like, this is so refreshing, because we were starving to death, like at certain points, because fish is only going to satisfy you so much. Like, honestly, like you need more in a diet than just fish. So even through the hunger and through like the uncomfortable times, like we were still laughing. So it was so nice to be with him finally alone and not have her overseeing everything.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I feel like there's a mutual admiration society for the work ethic that it's obvious the two of you have, versus I'm sure Suzan has a lot of conversations about work, but less work.
Yeah. Well, so going back into me getting introduced into their camp on day 2, they had a little spot picked out that they were sleeping under, where they made their fire, for the first night. And I looked at it, and if you go back and look, you can see, I said, this is your camp? And she said, yeah. And I was like, you put it under the biggest widowmaker ever. Like, you're literally sleeping under a widowmaker, Suzanne. And she's like, no, it's fine. And I was like, shouldn't we like maybe consider right there where it's wide open? There was some big tree coverage for shade. Because this spot was wide open in the sun, and it was blazing hot all day. You couldn't even stand on the sand. And I'm like, that right there is fully shaded, flat, sandy ground. No widowmaker in sight. Well, we worked all day on this shelter. I don't want to change it. And Jamie's like, I'd be open to changing it maybe tomorrow. And she gave him the death look. And I'm like, you're literally under a widowmaker. Like, this, do you see this tree is like being held up by this tree? And if you go back and look, you'll see it's like, and she's laying under it. And I'm like, what kind of an idiot would put their shelter there and then argue that they worked all day and there was 3 sticks leaned up against it? I'm like, bitch, you
A
did
genius
not work
idiot.
on this. Yeah, she's a control freak. And she just wanted to like be right and have that. But I was like, you're not getting me this early on in the friggin' season. You are not getting me fighting already.
It was so funny because Jamie starts with the, I found this extra pelt, I'm going to give it to you. I found this, like it seems like he's the deceiver, but it literally takes like Suzan, and she's like, oh, I'm so appreciative. And then it's like minutes until Suzan's like, wait a second, I'm Suzan. I call all the shots, and I'm not going to stop talking long enough for them to realize that I'm now calling all the shots. And you're just like, oh, just go. All right, fine.
Yeah.
And all power is handed over right there. Like, literally, I'm just like, oh my God, is Jamie the new Jeff? And it's just like, oh no, it's Suzan being Suzan.
Yeah, it's exactly what you see is nothing compared to how she is. She's so much worse. She's so much worse. Oh my God.
But I mean, I just imagine just the two of you just work like just normal, like not normal, above normal work rate, and that's what makes those bonds that allows you to laugh later because you got all your shit done during the day.
Exactly. It's knowing that like I'm not trying to boss you, you're not trying to boss me. We're both adults, we're both survivalists, we're both here doing the same thing. We'll complement each other. Like, if you're going to go fishing, hey, I'll come and help along, or, let's find a fishing hole together, or let's do this. But she hindered all of that progress. So she made it
Lots
like
of discussions, I feel.
yeah. So
meetings about the meeting.
Yeah. Yes. Oh God, it was, oh God. Like
she is definitely made for corporate America in 2025.
Yeah. Like, I would not want to work with her, whether it was.
We're going to have a meeting about the meeting we're having later. It's just like, but aren't we just going to have a meeting? But we need to have a meeting about the meeting.
We need to talk about the meeting before we have the meeting to make sure that the meeting goes right once we're meeting up. Yeah. That's,
and then the actual meeting, it's like, so we're going to reconvene tomorrow to talk about the meeting.
To finish this meeting conversation, to make sure the meeting goes right. Yeah, you nailed it. That's exactly.
Can we go do something? No, we have to talk about it more.
We have to talk about it first. Yeah, so it was great once she was gone, because that whole like dark cloud was lifted, and then it was like, hey, you want to go fishing? Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. Let's work together. Let's have some fun.
Should we have a meeting about going fishing?
No, let's just do it. Let's just go. Let's just throw the maggots on the hook and let's see what happens. Yeah, she was insufferable with that. So it's like, and like me, I can hold my own with it, but Jamie, being around her oldest child's age, she was very like condescending with him and very bossy with him, and him being a young guy, he was just like, all right, like he just went along with it until she was gone. And then he was like, whew, like I didn't realize like how bad it was. And I was like, dude, I know, like, I'm not that bad. Like, I promise you, I'm not that bad. Like, she's insane. And eventually he came around and was like, yeah, she actually was insane. I'm like, told you.
Yeah. There we go. Awesome. Well, I'm glad that justice prevailed. Episode 3, the revenge of Trish. We're there. We're there. Episode 4 next week. Craziness is abound. I'm ready. Yeah. Are you ready?
This next week's episode is going to be a shocker. I've already seen the little synopsis that Laura gets hit in the face and Trish gets sap in her eye and somebody gets medically evacuated on a stretcher. Who will it be?
Oh, I don't know.
I couldn't see. I had sap in my eye, so I don't know. Is it me? Is it Laura? I don't know.
Hopefully neither one. I like both of you.
We'll see. But yeah, next week's going to be a nail biter. I mean, I think the next couple weeks will be a surprise nail biter. And as long as they put it together correctly in the edit room, I think fans will really enjoy it and be very surprised.
Well, I'm ready for it. Trish, where are you at on the socials?
I'm at Trish Bulinsky on Facebook, Instagram. I don't even know what else I have. I mean, I'm there. You can find me. But,
look her up. She's there.
I'm there. I'm lingering. I'm peeking in at the comments every once in a while, but then I run out the door because I'm like, I can't. I don't wanna.
Well, I
want to say stuff, and I can't. I don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, don't get in trouble. Say Ben here. You're good.
Yeah. I mean, once those NDAs are all checked off, then watch out.
Yeah, we're good.
I might have something extra to say.
Oh boy. Well, I'm at Jonny Fairplay on everything. No H in Johnny. JONNY FAIRPLAY. JonnyFairplay.com for links to everything. I have about 50 Father's Day cameos sitting in the queue. So that's what I will be doing today. In addition, me and my fiance Jessica, we're about to drop episode 1 talking Love Island season 7 a little bit later today. Get ready for that. Premiere last night. It was amazing. I loved it. Last night chatted with Abby Maria, her thoughts talking Survivor season 50. She's not happy. Last week, Jerry Manthe, Gabe's big move. Destination X podcast today at 1:30. I am interviewing the person eliminated from episode 2 of Destination X. The Destination X podcast for episode 2 went up last night at 11 o'clock. So much content. It's realityaftershow.com is the website for links to everything. If you just want to find us on YouTube, it's youtube.com/aftershow. If you're listening, just search Reality After Show. Links to everything, realityaftershow.com. Come on, just go there.
So, Reality After Show, come on. Jonny Fairplay. Who doesn't want to see Jonny Fairplay in the Reality After Show? I mean, you're the legend. You're the icon. Who's not going to tune into that?
Season 50 casting. So with that.
And I want to know where Jonny Fairplay is on season 50 Survivor. Why aren't you there? What the hell? Jeff Coates, CBS, Survivor? What? You missed it. This guy
Moron.
should have been on. He's the face of Survivor. Are you kidding me? I'm not watching it because I wanted to see Jonny on there.
I'll just be busy doing viewing parties across the country.
Yeah, which is also fine, but I would have much rather have seen you play.
It'll be good. It'll be good. So
next time.
With that, thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Trish. Thank you, everyone else. Click that subscribe, like, share button. Leave a comment. Thank you, everybody. Trish will read the comments. See ya.
I will not. I'll stay away. Thanks, Jonny. I'll see you next week. We'll talk.
All right. Bye, everybody.